Hey everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the Custom Lobby. I'm your host JT, and with me, as always, is Justin. Justin, are you ready for today's episode, sir?
Yeah, we're gonna get into it real quick. And just to preface, my brother's playing video games in the background, so if you hear like laughing, it's not me laughing at JT, I swear.
Although that might happen
It
because
may be.
today's topic is a funny one. It's going to be a good one, guys. We're going to be voting for a lot of the Game Award nominations this year. Just a little bit of context. I've been watching the Game Awards since it started. Justin, do you want to share kind of a little bit of your thoughts on the Game Awards as a whole, real quick?
Yeah, dude, honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of award shows, but I know you like it, and a lot of the stuff that was nominated the last couple years hasn't been super disappointing, so I'm kind of getting a little more into it.
Yeah,
Just to
and
preface, I don't really care. Your game of the year is the game of the year. That's all I'll say.
yeah, everyone will surely have, not everyone, but a lot of people will have, differing opinions, but this year has been great for gaming as far as well as the last couple of years, and it's been a lot of fun seeing what games win, what gets snubbed. That one's not as fun, but
Yeah.
also, of course, seeing the new game announcements and just kind of seeing where the industry is heading in a lot of ways. So, but without further ado, let's get started with the game of the year. Justin, for me, there's a runaway favorite in this category,
Oh
but
yeah.
what do you think?
Well, I mean, like my personal biases are probably gonna show here, but Claire Obscure Expedition 33. You're gonna hear that name a lot this Thursday during the actual Game Awards, I'm sure. But if
Yeah,
I had to make a my own pick, that would be it for Game of the Year. I know a lot of people are really fighting for Hollow Knight Silksong. I think it would also kind of deserve it. I haven't fully played through Silksong, but you know, labor of love.
yeah,
If anything, it should win. I think it's also nominated for indie game, not debut
yeah,
indie game because it's not their first game. Don't
yeah.
get
It's
that
like a sequel,
confused.
isn't it?
It is a sequel,
Yeah,
yeah. So, but I think it deserves something. And Clair Obscure and Hollow Knight are both competing in both categories. So, if anything, it should be one and the other, depending on which one wins. I know Hades 2 is also really well loved. Donkey
yeah.
Kong
Same.
Bonanza was also a really good game, but that has its whole controversy in and of itself.
Yeah, I
Um,
I want to also kind of preface this episode by saying, we have jobs outside of obviously the podcast. So that being said, uh, we're not able to play all the games. So just fair warning for everybody. We have not played all of these games. We've played some of them. We're pretty knowledgeable when it comes to this stuff. We watch video games. We know about these games. But just fair warning. Plus, a lot of these games are like $70, and on top of that,
yeah,
they're not quick games to beat. So, that and on top of that, I mean, we also have like our backlog of games and just games we like to play for fun. So just keep that in mind. We'll mention it here and there. Justin
yeah,
has played Clair Obscur though, and I've played a little bit of it as well, but I haven't played it to completion. That's probably the only game in the game of the year category that I've honestly played, but I definitely know about these other games. I heard great things about Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silk Song. Kingdom Come Deliverance also I heard it was
also
a good
yeah, great
game.
game. I don't think
Yeah,
it's gonna win Game of the Year, but
I don't think so either. And it came out really early in the year.
yeah,
Anybody who's watched award shows knows a lot of recency bias kind of goes into these. And I'm very convinced that Death Stranding 2 is pretty solid, but I'm convinced that it's in this category because Hideo Kojima is a well-known friend of the host,
I
Jeff
will say
Keighley.
everything here deserves to be here. Like all the
Yeah,
nominations in this year's Game of the Year for this category, I think deserve to be
yeah,
here, which isn't not much. That can't be said for every single year. So I think I think the committee did a good job. That's what I'll say.
yeah. I mean,
And I
don't
will
get me
I will
wrong.
also preface before you keep going.
Yeah,
There's some categories we're gonna skip for that very reason. By the way, like
yeah,
I'll list them as we get to them. Like we're gonna skip that
yeah,
category because we just don't have enough knowledge. But basically, it's
yeah,
we either don't know the people or we didn't play a single game on that list, so we're not gonna cast a vote.
yeah. Yeah, but Death Stranding 2, you even think it deserves to be here? I like Death Stranding, but I know it's a little bit of a mixed bag in terms of how the game plays. But what do you think about the second one being on here? Do you think it's just because Hideo's cool with Jeff, or do you think it actually probably deserves a
I
spot
know a
here?
lot of people say that, but also like he makes really good games.
He does.
I
He's
I
an
just
icon.
I don't know what
He's a
else could
legend.
replace it. You know what I mean? Like there's other
Yeah,
games that came out this year. I don't know what I mean maybe Arc Raiders or Dispatch. Again, that's
yeah,
more
maybe.
recent. They're like
Yeah,
fresh
it
in
is
my
recent.
mind. Everybody's
Correct.
like, dude, these games are amazing. But
Yeah.
we'll get to Dispatch and Arc Raiders later because they did actually get included in this year's Game Awards, but not for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I just don't think enough of the committee. I don't know. You could change Death Stranding with at least one other game this year, but like I think
It's good
Death
enough to
Stranding
be here,
still
I think.
deserves to be here. Yeah.
I think so too. A lot of people were pretty mixed on it, but I enjoyed the first one. I heard the second one was great, but I think I will vote for Claire Expedition 33, and I think it will win.
Yeah,
I
this
will
one's
vote
pretty
for it,
easy.
and I think this one should win.
Next.
All right.
If you're ready to move on, I don't know if you want to talk about
Yes.
it. We got a lot to
Yeah.
get through, so we're just gonna kind of like give our brief thoughts.
Yeah, best game direction. Okay, so awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Pretty self-explanatory. I think Claire should win this one, and I think I'm going to vote for that one. Although I know that a lot of people really like Ghost of Yote, Hades, and Split Fiction. I wouldn't be surprised if Split Fiction maybe won this one, but I think Claire will win this.
I think Ghost of Yote has a shot of winning this over Split Fiction, but
It could. I think those two would upset Claire Expedition. Claire
yeah,
Obscure.
I think
Yeah.
yeah, I think creatively, I think Claire Obscure is just knocking it out of the park. But Ghost of Yote also creatively is a stunning game. Like I haven't played it, but I've
Yeah.
watched people play it on YouTube, like pretty much the whole game through, and I'm just like, this game is. It really captures what Assassin's Creed Shadows was trying to do, but better.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, way better from what I've heard. And I've played the Ghost of Tsushima. I played that 100% completion.
Yeah.
I just kind of made the switch to PC gaming, so I haven't gotten around to Ghost of Yote yet. But from what I heard, it's just more Ghost of Tsushima. So if you like that, it's just a natural evolution.
What's
from what
wild
I've
is
heard.
everything in this category too is visually stunning in their own way. Like Hades 2 also visually stunning. Split Fiction. Not that we're, I haven't played Hades 2. My buddy Cleveland is super invested in Hades, so I kind of hear a lot about it from him, but I haven't seen much gameplay of it. But from what I was seeing, another beautiful, like you could give that best game direction. I don't think people would be that upset, but I think Claire Obscure wins this one. That's my prediction, and I think I would vote for that one too.
I'm gonna vote for that as well. And we just
Ghost
really
of
like
Yote would be
Yeah,
like right if it Ghost of Yote wins it, I'm not gonna be upset at all.
same. If that won or if Split Fiction won, I wouldn't be too upset. Yeah, I'm voting for Expedition 33 as well on this one.
All right, you have anything more to say on that, or you want to move on?
No, we're good.
Cool.
The
Every
next
game
one,
in that category again was pretty straightforward.
yeah, a lot of repeats. Best narrative.
The first
oh,
opinionated one, because it's really up to whoever votes.
yeah. What are your thoughts on this one? This is another tough one.
Kingdom Come Deliverance is literally a storytelling marvel. Like, it did really good in the first game. The second game, I haven't finished it, but so far it's up to snuff. It's just as high quality as the first game. Like your choices, all the stuff you can do. Like, it is narratively a very good RPG.
Yeah.
Clair Obscur is a much more linear game than Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So again, it's like me and JT actually kind of talked about this when we had our own little discussion. Is like all these games kind of get lumped into the same category, even though they're so vastly different. Like you have Silent Hill F and Clair Obscur, which are more straightforward games. I think Death Stranding is a very like linear progressing game too, isn't it?
It is open world, but Silent Hill F is definitely a lot more linear. And Kingdom Come Deliverance, is that more linear or is that more?
It's more open ended, yeah. Like there's multiple. It's multiple choice. It's not as in depth as something like Dispatch, but it is like you don't have to do things in order completely, and there's entire scenes you can miss, like if you don't do the right routes. It's a lot like Mass Effect in that regard, but like medieval. So I guess maybe like Dragon Age, but like it plays like a Mass. I don't know. It's a good game, but like if you're talking narrative, it's really like, do you like more open ended narratives, or do you like to be? I don't want to say handheld. That's kind of a bad way to put it, but like you like to be narrated through a story. And so,
Kingdom Come is pretty. It's not as handholdy, I would say, as Ghost of Yote from everything that I've seen. The first one,
same thing with Ghost
isn't.
of Yote. So open ended.
Yeah,
like it has it's a little bit of both. You have your linear progression, not so much based on choices, but like you can kind of do things in different order. So
yeah. Silent Hill F. That's one that I heard was great. Although I haven't jumped into it, I have played Silent Hill 2 remake, and I really enjoyed that one. I heard Silent Hill F. That's hard to say a little bit quick, but I heard that that one's a pretty fun one as well. So if that one best narrative, I wouldn't be too surprised. But
Yeah,
I
I don't think
think
it'll
I'm
win.
gonna I don't think it'll win either. I think it will go to Expedition 33, and I think that
Yeah,
is going to be what my vote
I think
is.
there's a
And
lot of bias for this one
yeah,
this year. Not that I'm like crapping on the game. It's definitely what I would pick too. But
yeah,
I think there's just this game of the year awards is gonna be dominated by this game. I think. But again, it could
it
go to Ghost of
seems to.
Yotei or Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah,
We'll see. That's my prediction.
yeah,
I think it might go to Clair Obscur, but again, Ghost of Yotei might take this one also. That's what I'd say.
yeah.
And
All
I'm
right.
gonna vote for Clair Obscur. I don't know about you.
I'm also voting for Expedition 33 on that. The next one, best art direction for creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Okay, so for this one, I am thinking Hades 2 or Hollow Knight Silksong is going to take this category, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually think this one will be kind of an upset for the Clair Obscur crowd. I kind of agree with that, but it could also be Ghost of Yotei. Dude, honestly, again, this year's Game Awards actually they picked some really good nominees. Like they all are up to standard, truly. So
Yeah, Hades won, I think, won a lot of awards or was nominated for a
yep,
lot. And I think if we were gonna go with art direction, I think could give it to an indie game. And I think it would make sense. I think like artistic wise, or
yeah.
obviously the art design, I think favors those two games.
I will
Um,
say it does say technical achievement, right? And
yeah,
Clair Obscur is an Unreal game that doesn't run like absolute dog water.
yeah,
That's a technological achievement if I've ever seen one. You know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah.
if it's keeping up with creativity and also like you know technological achievement. I kind of butchered it the first time, but I got it the second time. It could.
Yeah,
Dude, this is so tough. I think I would also pick Hollow Knight Silk Song. I just really like the way that game looks
it looks
visually.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It
stunning game.
does.
But I think it might go to Clair Obscur again. But I kind
Yeah,
of want it to go for Hades or Silk Song.
I
You
kind of
know.
do too, since me and Justin both agree that I think Expedition 33 is going to take a lot of awards, and we're even in agreement with a lot of the results that we're presuming are going to happen. But I think for this one, I will vote Hades 2. That is my vote for
All right,
this.
cool. I'll go with Silk Song just to give them another vote. They deserve it. They worked really hard on this game. I love the fact that they were like, it'll be out when it's ready.
Yeah,
And they were just like, I know that doesn't really factor into that category specifically, but the fact that they were just like, it'll be ready when it's ready. And then they
yeah,
delayed it for like many years. I don't even know the number on it. It might be like 3 or 4 years. Just because they were like, we keep adding things to it. And
yeah.
just incredible. Good
Did they
work.
shadow drop it, or did they just like kind of announce the release date
Dude,
like
like,
pretty
I think it was like a
close?
month before they were like, game's ready.
That honestly, like I
Big
actually love
W.
that approach. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that approach because I hate it when developers they announce a game so early just for them to delay it like 3 times. It's like don't put a date on it if it's not
There was a
set, in
guy on
my opinion.
YouTube posting a video like every day until Silksong releases. So I think people knew it was coming. That guy was hilarious. I didn't watch all of his stuff, but it was like making this video until Hollow Knight Silksong releases.
That's
It's probably their
funny.
playlist is still out there somewhere. I think it was like 1,000 plus videos.
I got to respect the dedication. That's
Yeah.
insane. But moving on to the next category, we got best score and music. And I
Oh,
apologize, guys. I apologize, but I think I'm gonna go with Expedition 33 again. I know
dude,
I've been voting for it a lot, but I think this one deserves it.
this game kind of deserves this one. I've heard the music from Hades 2,
Yep.
really good. I've heard music from Ghost of Yotei, really good.
Yep.
Obviously I've played a little bit of Soak Song. I've heard the music, also really good. But like Lauren Testard, I think that's how you say his name. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, Lorian
It's
Tester.
his breakout hit. It's his breakout game. This is like his
Yeah.
first like major commissioned project, and he made like 100 plus songs for this original soundtrack. Like, and almost every song fits the game thematically. All of it's original. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm sorry, not sorry is what I should say. But the dude poured his heart and soul into the soundtrack. It would be, I feel like it'd be a disservice not to vote for him, even though every game on this list again has amazing
Has great
best
music.
score and
Yeah.
music. So
Yeah.
I think not only is he gonna win it, but I also would vote for him.
I would agree. I'm gonna vote for Expedition 33. Every song I'm like moved. Like every
Yeah.
mission that I've played so far, and granted, I'm not super far into the game, but it's action packed. It's somber when it needs to be. It's emotional.
Yep.
It, all of
It's
it's
almost
been
like
pretty
he
awesome.
crafted the music to fit every single moment of the game. Like you can just tell it has that Hiroyuki Sawano approach. All my Attack on Titan fans know what that means. But
Yeah.
like, scenes literally crafted for the song and then vice versa. It's just like, yeah, this guy definitely knows his stuff.
Yeah. Best audio design. I I'm gonna probably take some flack, admittedly, but I think I'm gonna go with Battlefield 6 on this one. I played a lot of
That's your
Battlefield
prediction,
6.
not is that your prediction or what you would pick?
That's my vote. That's
Your
my
vote.
vote.
Okay.
As far as who will win, this is kind of just up in the air for me. I can't see a clear winner, but I would hope Battlefield 6 wins this just simply because of how it's a multiplayer game and it's just so visceral. Like you're in like a battlefield. Like that, not to sound like cliche, but like
Yeah.
the sound of like stray bullets or the vehicles exploding or the building crumbling, all of that I think really makes the game super immersive. And that's just one reason as to why people keep coming back to Battlefield 6 and why it's still a highly populated game.
Yep. One thing I do want
But
to bring up before I kind of agree with what you're saying. I don't think Battlefield 6 will win it. And I don't
yeah,
think I would
it's a
vote
tough
for
one.
Battlefield 6. This is another
It's
tough
tough.
one. I also
Yeah.
don't think I would vote for Claire Obscure here, even though like I just talked about how great the score is. Audio design
Yeah.
is a little different. I
Hmm.
think maybe it could go to Ghost of Yotei or Silent Hill F. I haven't played or seen anything for Silent Hill F, but it's a thriller, isn't it? It's like a thriller horror game.
Yeah,
Audio is
horror game. Yeah.
kind of a
Yep.
staple of the series, and if
Yep.
it's being nominated for this, then it's probably really good. Just my basis assumption. I'm not gonna vote for it, but I think if it wins, I don't think people would be disappointed. Um,
Yeah, I think you couldn't go wrong if it was Silent Hill F. Ghost of Yotei, I don't think there's anything super stunning, and the same could be said about Death Stranding. So if there were to be
there's
a
a lot of
winner, I'd probably say,
ambiance in Ghost of Yotei.
and I would say Death Stranding a little bit too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
does factor into audio design. You're just like, like the wind, the leaves rustling, footsteps, all the Foley. Like this is the Foley artist's chance to shine. I think Claire Obscure does really good with its audio design, but I honestly think it could go to either Battlefield or Ghost of Yotei.
I'm hoping for Battlefield since it's not nominated in many games, in many categories, I should say, for the Game Awards,
Yeah.
and I just think it's stellar, even for a multiplayer game.
One thing I want to bring up before we finish off this category is they we didn't think Arc Raiders would get included in this year's Game Awards because it came out so late, but they did include it for
Yeah,
a game come. I think it's debut indie game or action adventure. I wanna preface that before we get to it. But they didn't include it for audio design is kind of crazy. And I
yeah, I
know,
think that was yeah, criminally missed, I think.
yeah, because I think that game deserves best audio design of the year. Like if that was on this list, okay, I'm just saying I think that game is like incredible. The audio design in that game is phenomenal.
I'm glad you brought that up because no matter what you do in that game, you will make some type of noise, and depending on what that is, it affects the approach of everything. It
Yeah.
affects the AI enemies, it affects the real life players. It is so
Dude,
impressive.
we
It never
found out
feels
the
like
other day
BS.
that the robots can alert each other. Like if one robot is upset and it's making noise, it can alert a robot near it and then also aggro that robot on you. It's almost like they
Yeah.
communicate. That's the audio engine at work. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, there's not many
And that's
games
not
that can
even
pull that off, and for it to be
yeah.
like believable. You know,
And that's not even to mention the audio for the Ark themselves and for the weapons. All
yeah.
the guns sound phenomenal.
They even
So,
did a whole documentary on the Foley and audio direction of this game. I highly recommend you guys check it out. I think it's episode 2 of the Arc Raiders like little documentary series. But
yeah, that would have my vote too if it was here, but
yeah,
unfortunately, it was snubbed from this category. But hopefully, we'll see it pop up a couple times because both of us really enjoyed that game.
I'm gonna
But
vote for Battlefield just because I haven't played Silent Hill F, but
yeah,
I think Silent Hill F and Ghost of Yotei and Battlefield all deserve this category. So
yeah, it's a
it kind of
tough one. A
sucks that
lot
like Death Stranding isn't getting anything from us, but like
of
you know,
Yeah.
It might be the weakest pick on this list, to
It's
be honest, but it
unfortunate
still deserves to
because
be up here, I think.
yeah, and getting a nomination's great, and the fact that a lot of people appreciate this game more than the original seemingly, I heard a lot of praise
Yeah.
for this one. That's a good sign, and we love Hideo Kojima on this pod, so, no, we're happy about it. But next is best performance, and this is okay, what do you think about this? There are 3 clair obscure Expedition 33 people in this category. How I okay, this is kind of like an inherent flaw with the Game Awards. There so many people from one game can be in one category. That's usually not the case with like other award shows, like the
Yeah.
Oscars. They'll have one best supporting actor, maybe 2 at most, but 3, dude. That's half of these nominees.
To
What
be
what do you think
fair,
about that?
I don't know how you would nominate like Donkey Kong's voice actor or Hollow
That
Knight's
is
voice
true.
actress.
That is
You know
true.
what I mean? They kind of just make grunting sounds. So it's like
Yeah.
they have to pick from the game of the year like catalog, and there wasn't much. And I mean, even if
I
you
mean,
want to bring up like Arc Raiders, I would
you
consider that to be a potential. A lot of that stuff
yeah.
is more like reused generated stuff for the voice lines, so I don't think it would
Yeah.
even be put up in this category. So yeah, I think
Just
I think it kind of makes sense
yeah.
this one time, but other than like I know there was some great performances in Ghost of Yotei,
Yeah.
and I wish they would have included maybe one more on here instead of 3 people from Expedition 33. But like, dude, I play Expedition 33 in English, and I think every character in that game did a really good job. So I don't
I'm
know. I
just
feel like they
thinking on the
deserve to be
top of
up
my
here.
head. Yeah, on the top of my head, you could replace one of these people with maybe Norman Reedus from Death Stranding because he did the
Does he even
mocap.
talk in the game?
Yeah, he does talk in the game.
Oh.
So he does the mocap, he does the game, and they model the character after him. And Death Stranding 2 has been nominated for a lot of categories. I'm surprised that they didn't have at least one person from that game. But yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense because not like you said, not all the games will have VAs and actors in them. But as far as performances go, I'd like to give it to Troy Baker because he does a hell of an Indiana Jones performance, personally. But what do you think?
I think, dude. If okay, well, if we're going predictions, I think it might go to Charlie Cox. But
I could see that, or Ben Starr. I'm thinking one of those guys.
yeah, but I actually want to vote for Jennifer English. I think Mail is like the best voiced character in the game. She does such a good job from the ups and downs like throughout the whole story.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think her performance outshines the other two. In
Okay,
terms of
all right.
Expedition 33. Plus, point like pro what am I trying to say? Props to Charlie Cox. I think he said, was it Charlie Cox or Ben Starr that said like, if if I win best performance, just know that my mocap artist did more than me or something like that.
It was Charlie Cox,
Yeah, he
because
was really,
yeah,
yeah, because he was like, that guy is the character, and like props to him for giving him a lot of credit, because most of the stuff you're doing in that game is because of the movement that was recorded from his body. So
yeah, yeah. No,
and there's
respect
no
to him.
category for stuff like that. Even though mocap is becoming more and more used in the industry, it
Yeah,
has been for years now. There's not really like a whole thing for that.
it'd be a little bit tough because some of these people do it themselves, and then sometimes they don't.
Yeah,
So that'd just be weird to add the category when. Yeah, I totally agree with
I
you.
think it'd be great
Uh,
to add the category, because then you can take some of these people off of their voice acting maybe, and
yeah,
vote for them
yeah,
for vote them
yeah,
in for
yeah,
their
yeah,
mocap. Yeah, I think Jennifer English did a fantastic job as Mail. I think that would
yeah.
be my vote. I don't know if she'll win. I don't know Troy Baker. I didn't play the Indiana Jones game at all, and I didn't
Yeah, I
I didn't hear. I haven't played Silent Hill. I've ever heard her Kanatsu's voice, but I heard she was a good pick for the character. So
Yeah, I didn't play Indiana Jones. I watched a lot of the trailers and gameplay for it. He did a great job as the character. He sounded a lot like Harrison Ford at times. But of course he played, Indiana Jones in his prime for the Xbox title. But I honestly, if Charlie Cox won, wouldn't be too upset because he's pretty great in the game, and I'm sure he would give credit to the mocap, like you mentioned. He's
yeah,
pretty humble about that. He's not a gamer himself, and he's like, "Oh, I just voiced it," and they're the ones that put in the work. I'm paraphrasing it, of course, but yeah, no, if him or Ben Starr win, I wouldn't be super surprised. But I'm pulling for Troy because
I think
he's awesome.
Konatsukato makes it because I've heard so much about her.
I heard
In
she did a good job too.
yeah, I heard her performance was incredible. I can't personally vote for it without knowing.
Yeah, for sure.
But
And then
I think
okay, so
I'm gonna be honest. The actress Erika Ishii, Ghost of Yote, not even a weak performance, but compared to everyone else on this list, I don't know if she takes it.
yeah. Okay, the next one, we're not too versed in what these games offer in terms of accessibility, so we'll probably go to the next category on this one. Same
Oh
for
yeah, I haven't
games.
played it. I mean, I played Atom Fall.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would vote for, but it's the only one I've played.
And then games for impact, not really. I mean, we don't really
I
mess.
haven't
I
played any
don't.
of these. I've
Yeah,
heard
I
South of
haven't.
Midnight is a good game, but
I heard
I
it was
can't
okay. I heard it was okay. All right, here we
vote
go.
for it in good conscience.
Yeah, best ongoing game. Okay,
My favorite category.
this is this is a weird one. Me and Justin have talked about the problem with best ongoing game. Did you want to share a little bit kind of about that, like our kind of our both of our issues a little bit with this category?
I'm kind of blanking on like what we talked about. I know we had this conversation literally last Game Awards.
Yeah, so from what I recall when we were talking about best ongoing game, w- it's hard to tell. Okay, so it says awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over
Oh,
time.
right.
Yeah, so I was thinking, shouldn't this go to the game that's been like lasting for like the longest amount of time? So like technically it would either by that logic it would be either Final Fantasy 14 or Fortnite. But then we were also talking about who provides the best content, right? Like it could go any which
Yeah, it's
way,
such a
right?
broad category because then you
Yeah.
could pick a game like Counter Strike or League of Legends, which
Yeah, why aren't they in here?
continuously tops
Yeah.
like Counter Strike continuously tops Steam charts, and like Rainbow Six for Siege has been in development and constantly evolved over many years. It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
yeah, like what sets these games apart? They're popular. You know, it's
I
just a
guess.
popularity contest with a different coat of paint, is what I think.
Yeah,
Um,
because
yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna vote this off of the best live service content, or I guess the live service content that I enjoyed, because I don't think
right.
I'm gonna vote for Marvel Rivals because that's a new game. You know, that game just came out either this year or
It was the
late
end of
last
last
year.
year.
Yeah, late last year. So I don't know how that could possibly win when it's like the newest game. Like it's been barely been
Right.
ongoing. You know, I
There's
mean,
any number of games you could put in here, and it's sad because like you probably would pick Marvel Rivals. You know, it's a game that you really like. It's also like
I
a
enjoy
genre
it.
you
Yeah,
really like. But it's like
yeah,
you can't vote for it in good conscience because you're like, dude, Helldivers has been out for almost 3 years now. Fortnite's been out for almost
yeah.
years ish. No Man's
No Man's
Sky, 10 years.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
what is the disparity here? Final Fantasy, I don't know how long that game has been out. Final Fantasy 14, but probably a
yeah,
long time.
yeah. And I really, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with No Man's Sky simply because the expansions have been free. They've been working on it nonstop since it started. It came from humble beginnings. It's only like a dozen
Dude,
devs,
and every
you know.
time they touch this game, it's always a like a positive update. Like the most recent big update they did, which was this year, was custom ships. Like you could build your own custom ships. And when I played, this guy built a literal like train, like as a spaceship. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
this is sick. So you know, I probably would vote for No Man's Sky as well. Even though I have like a
yeah,
bias for Helldivers, I think Helldivers is my favorite ongoing game. There's just a lot
yeah.
of controversy with it lately. Like towards the second half of this year, they kind of fell into like a hole. But the beginning of the year for Helldivers was great. I don't think I could vote for that game right now with
Yeah, they
how it's
have
kind of
great
fallen.
they have great content. I like what the devs are doing over there. Controversies and all. I think they've done a decent job at keeping the game
The
you
gameplay
know,
hasn't really faltered all that much. It's mostly
yeah.
just like you know, there's a lot
They
of
need
beef between content creators and just like other stuff. I know there the game was super buggy. Although the most recent update they did drastically reduce the file size. So I think that you know they're listening to fan sentiment for the most part. It's been a
yeah,
rough year for them. I think No Man's Sky takes my vote on this, but you know if I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest, I think it might go to Fortnite or Marvel Rivals because
I would
I honestly think these
I would
judges are
agree.
gonna be biased towards Marvel Rivals a little bit.
Yeah, I hope it's No Man's Sky. I like the content for Helldivers too, but they haven't really given me like a like they haven't given me a huge reason to come back. Unlike the Illuminate update, that's probably the last big one where it's like, oh, come on back, you know? Like, but No Man's Sky
No, but
consistently
like
all those
Helldivers,
advances.
keep in mind this year Helldivers 2 had the Save Earth was this year. We literally
Yeah,
defended Earth from the Illuminate invasion,
yeah,
and we also went to invade the Terminid homeworlds, the Hive worlds. That was all both this year. It was just the both of those humongous updates, which brought back player numbers almost exceeding their peak player content. But
yeah,
they came with a litany of issues, so I can't vote for them in good conscience. But it's not like they
yeah.
haven't been trying.
No,
Uh,
exactly. That's true. I just none of those really. I don't know. They look great,
those were like the
but
two biggest events of the game since it came out, even bigger than
but
when the Illuminate dropped.
yeah, it's
They even dropped a planet from Halo like as a reference. I forget what it was called.
yeah, it was I think New Mombasa, and then they had the ODST pack. Yeah, that I came back for that actually.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, I mean it's not for the lack of trying. I concur that those are big updates. I guess maybe it's just because there's a lot of games out. Maybe that might be
yeah.
why it didn't
It's
grab
like
my attention
clouding
as
your
much.
again. It's like recency bias. All that happened this year, but it was like in January, February,
Yeah,
and then the
and there's been a
summer,
lot of
early
games.
summer.
There's been a lot of games, and there's backlog. So yeah,
Yeah,
but I think No Man's Sky that is my vote for this one.
might as well.
Best community support. This is like hand in hand with the last one. I feel like there's not really a whole lot of a difference. I guess what the community does instead of the devs, right? Um,
Yeah, except no, I think it's different enough because like I would say like if you take Arc Raiders community team for example, they take a lot of community feedback into account. I know like everybody's just like barking up the tree. The game's only been out a month, guys. Like let them cook. But it's not like they aren't listening to us. They've already made changes in accordance to what the community has wanted a couple times now. So
yeah,
if they were up here, it's different. It's different than like an ongoing game because I think this could apply to games that came out this year. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. No, there's definitely a difference. I should rephrase. It's just very similar category because a lot of these are also the same nominees. That doesn't really help. Baldur's Gate 3 didn't that come out last year?
2 years ago, 23.
Oh yeah, but again, this doesn't apply to just this year. Yeah, I don't know. Best community support. A lot of people could do a lot of things on Fortnite. Um, but I mean, all of these games, the devs have been listening to their communities. I feel like so.
Not so much Helldivers 2, yeah, as of recently.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a big controversial thing.
They've been just
I don't want to
ignoring
talk
them,
about
or
it too much. No, well, like
yeah.
they banned a content creator and a couple other things went down, and people are. It's pretty spicy between them and the community right now. But
I'm gonna probably go with either Fortnite or Final Fantasy.
like your vote or your prediction?
My vote and my prediction.
I think Fortnite wins this.
I
Prediction
think so.
wise, I wouldn't
I
vote
think
for it
so
though.
too.
I think I'm gonna have to go with No Man's Sky again. But if Helldivers won this, I think it should honestly win the last one we did over this one. Because like if we're gonna say like okay best ongoing game, probably Helldivers, but their community support has kind of faltered. Uh, so if it won that and not this one, I think that's okay. But I think Fortnite wins this,
I'm blindly voting for
especially
this
with
one
the
because
update that just
yeah.
happened, like literally after the Game Awards started.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be blindly voting for this because I'm not like on the discords for any of these. I don't really
Yeah,
keep track with all these games
the
constantly.
Baldur's
But
Gate like Larian Studios does a fantastic job with communicating, even to this day, like stuff going on. No Man's
oh
Sky,
really?
same thing. Like they have
Yeah.
ARGs going on all the time, like very community driven. No Man's Sky is very community driven, so I think that takes my vote.
Yeah, okay,
But I
cool.
don't think
I'm
it'll
gonna
win.
yeah, I'll vote for Final Fantasy 14 just because as far as like Baldur's Gate 3, like, or is it just all on the Discord or something? Because like I feel like they've just not really talked about the game a whole lot because they said they were moving on and that they're not
Yeah,
even
the
doing
game's
Baldur's Gate
mostly
anymore.
finished, but
Yeah,
you know,
it's mostly finished too. Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird one to include. I think, like, yes, they have, but like not this year, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Best independent game. Okay, so I actually don't really know much about Absolem, Ball X Pit, and Blueprints. I'm not too familiar with those ones. Are you?
yeah, me neither. I actually haven't even heard of Absolem or Blueprints.
I have
I
heard
think
of
Hollow Knight
Blueprints.
sweeps this category. I'm not gonna lie.
I think so too,
If
and which
if
is
if
yeah.
the panels decides they're like, we don't want to give Clear Obscure everything, uh, I think Silksong sweeps this because it could be Clear Obscure or Silksong. Because remember, Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is an indie game.
I know, but it
I've
just looks
heard
so
people I've heard
yeah.
people talk about how like, well, they're AAA devs. Well,
Yeah.
that's not what classifies an indie game. Okay, it's the studio, uh,
Correct.
and like
Oh,
how the game was published. And remember, these guys had the bad name of being Ubisoft devs, so it was like, they kind of had to rise from the ashes a little bit. I heard that this game even inspired people to stop hating on France. So I mean, that's a pretty big achievement for
yeah.
best indie game. But no, I think I would vote for Silksong here, and I think it deserves this category over Expedition.
I would agree with you too. And if Silk Song and Expedition 33 did not come out, Hades 2, I think would also take this because the
Yeah,
first Hades was really popular, and I heard the second one is great too.
I
But
love my
I
indie
will,
games, and I haven't
yeah,
even heard of Absalom or Blueprints. I'm sure they're great games, but
yeah,
not to
yeah.
humble
I'm
brag or anything, but if I
yeah,
haven't heard of it, then I don't know. I feel like they maybe just got put up here because there wasn't enough indie games this year.
dude. Okay,
Just to
not
say
to sound,
that,
yeah, not to sound pretentious or anything, not to sound pretentious or anything. But if a movie comes out and I've never heard of it before, I'm like, that is not a good sign because I usually look into all the movies that are coming out.
right?
I like to pride myself in like doing my
You have
research.
thousands of hours in film watch too. Like
Yeah. So
insane.
if I don't know anything about a certain movie, I'm like, oh no, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's
best
where I'm at with
debut
those two.
best debut indie game. Okay. I'm surprised there's less games nominated for this.
There's only
I know
four, which is
that's wild.
hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, and I'm surprised that Dispatch wasn't in the last one because it probably wouldn't have won it. There's a lot of great indie games out there, but
Yeah,
that's my
we're
vote.
starting to get to the categories
Yeah.
where it's like, why weren't these included in earlier things?
Correct.
Yeah.
Dispatch being one of them. It's by the former Telltale devs, or Telltale devs that
Yeah.
left the original studio, and they partnered up with Critical Role, a bunch of the voice actors in the gaming industry that play Dungeons and Dragons
Mhm.
tabletop, I believe. But Dispatch, fantastic, decision-based game. Uh, you've heard of it, Justin? I mean, are you plan
Dude,
on
I'm gonna play
have
it.
you
I'm
played it?
gonna play it. Yeah, I've avoided spoilers like the plague. I've heard it's an amazing game.
It is so good, dude. From the characters to the chemistry to the relationships to the performances, the music.
Hmm.
Oh, dude, I'm surprised that this game isn't nominated for the other categories. I'm actually a little bit sad. It's snubbed along with Arc Raiders for a lot of the things, but
Yeah,
um,
I
what
have.
do you think?
I know Despelote was on the Despelote. It was on the sorry for butchering the first pronunciation. Was on
Mhm.
the category for what was it? One of the ones we didn't do. It was like
Yeah,
games for change.
yeah,
Uh, I didn't know any of the other games on this list, so I probably would have just picked this one for that one. So we
yeah.
skipped it. But I've heard it was a phenomenal game. Almost unanimously a 10 out of 10 rated game from multiple different publishers. So I mean, this could be like an upset by that game in particular. I think Claire Obscure will win this just because of recency bias and this whole. It's the year of Claire. It's Game Awards Expedition 33 is what we'll call it. But I
Yeah,
think Dispatch deserves this one, in my
I think so
opinion. I
too.
think
And
it not only did
I'm
it break
hoping it'll
out right at
change.
the end,
Yeah,
and they barely included it into one or two categories, but then like everyone was talking about it. I think it's fortunate that it even got included in the Game Awards. That doesn't usually happen for games that come out late, so I think it kind of deserves this one. But
correct.
I
And I'm
wouldn't be
hoping.
upset about Despelote winning, even though I don't know anything really about it. But I know a lot of people liked it. And it's,
Yeah,
it's cool to
I
see games like outside of the U.S. get recognition. Like I know Clair Obscur is one of those games, but it's also going to win like every category this year.
Yeah, and because it's going to win so many of the categories, that's why I'm hoping Dispatch will win
Yeah,
a category that it's in. Uh, oh man, the performances, dude. Aaron Paul, the superheroes, dude. It's a superhero genre, right? But it's doing a different spin on it. It's you're dispatching the heroes. It's
yeah,
we've seen so many power fantasy games, open world games, linear games, but then here they do it in a way that's just different,
yeah.
and it's nothing super groundbreaking, but it's engaging and the story is just so well written, dude. But
And for a debut
yeah,
indie game to like really captivate audiences with that whole like what is it, Telltale Games like style,
yeah, yeah.
that's
They
pretty hard to do because other games have tried to do choice based stories like this and they've come up short, not as good as the Telltale Games as they say. So
correct.
kind
And
of a
people were
really good
yeah,
breakout hit.
people forget that the Telltale games, not only were they kind of making like a bunch at like a short amount of time, right? And the quality was dipping a little bit, but people thought that it wouldn't be financially viable. And this kind of just shows that that's not the case because this game sold like a couple million in like its first couple weeks or
Right.
so, something crazy like that. So people want this style of game or are down for this style of game. They just have to make it
It has
quality.
its
They
own
can't just
core
keep
audience.
yeah, yeah, you can't just keep cranking them out, and you have to write something that's compelling, and these guys really hit it
It's
with
like the
this one, and
industry saying we don't want MMORPGs anymore. It's like no, we just want good ones. Or like
yeah,
them saying like single player RPGs are out of fashion, and it's like no, you just don't make
no,
good ones.
yeah,
It's the same kind of argument. We
exactly.
don't make good
Uh,
ones. Dispatch is one of the good ones. I think it deserves a category.
definitely. Best mobile game, sir. Did you wanna talk about this one? You know more Justin knows
Yeah.
more about mobile games than I do. I don't know any of these games. I do know that Destiny Rising is it's just
Well, the
Destiny
only
on
reason
mobile.
I know about a lot of these mobile games is because they're also like on PC, and that's kind of like why this category is changing a little bit, right? Like we kind of
Yeah.
me and JT had like this whole 20-minute argument about like last year's mobile game Balatro not taking away more awards, even though it got like four. But you know, the anime community, big freaking community, right? The gacha game community, equally as big, and usually those two go hand in hand. So Wuthering Waves and Uma Musume being up here is like a no brainer. They're not like typical mobile games. Like what the mobile game industry is evolving. Like I don't know if you've seen Arknight's Enfield. That game comes out next year, but it's in the beta right now. But that game is made in Unity. It looks like an Unreal 5 game, and it's going to be playable on mobile. Like these games are not to be, just thrown in the waste bin anymore. I think, and it's because a lot of this is mostly like the Asian market is really diving deep into mobile games, and I think that might be what saves them. I don't know anything about Destiny Rising.
It's just Destiny with more microtransactions and
Right.
because it's developed by, I think, an Asian
It's funny.
studio, so
It's funny you can kind of see like what's gonna win and what isn't. I think just anime mobile games in general just have like absurdly large fan bases that love them a lot. I think Uma Musume wins this category. I've seen so many I haven't even played it. I'm not interested in playing it, but I've seen so many memes of like these freaking horses, the real horses, not even like the ones in the game. I'm talking about because these characters are based on real race horses in Japan, and people go wild over these animals, bro. And I think this game's gonna win.
wait, what kind of a game is it?
It's a horse racing game, but they're anime girls instead of horses.
What?
Check it out, dude. It's interesting.
Is it on Steam?
You might be on Steam. If not, it's on PC. Like you can download it on a website.
Well, I just got into PC gaming maybe a year or so ago, and I'm a sucker
Wuthering
for
Waves
Steam
is an
trading cards.
RPG. It's like a single player RPG.
It rubs me the wrong way, man. Like a mobile game, it just I have such a distaste for mobile games. It makes me nervous, even if it's on PC. But I should get rid of the stigma. I know
Like
I
Wuthering
should.
Waves is a
So
full on RPG though. Like it's like it
I know,
look
and they do.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
they do.
looks like this. That's a
Yeah,
bad example. It looks like a Persona game. Like Wuthering Waves looks like a Witcher game, but you can play it on your phone. Like it's insane. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I like Zenless Zone Zero, but you could play that on mobile, right? And so I guess I am breaking the
Yeah.
stigma a little bit at a time. But
That game is a mobile
yeah.
game. It just is playable on PC. It's
Yeah,
like
so and usually I'm against that
yeah,
because mobile games are just so ugh. Every time I
yeah.
say it, it's just
And
ugh.
that's
But
the thing.
I
It's
gotta
like
break it.
mobile's kind of cheating. They're like, oh yeah, it's actually just an RPG, but like you can play it on your phone. It's not
It's
really a mobile
yeah,
game. You know what I mean? And
correct,
that's the
correct.
reason. I know what you mean. Like mobile game. When
Yeah,
you think typical mobile game, you're like Candy Crush style game or
yeah,
like a
yeah.
card
But
game.
we've evolved so
Yeah.
much since that.
The tech is just
Yeah,
there now. You can have
it's
a
insane.
gaming phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this category because I'm not knowledgeable enough.
Yeah,
But
I think Uma
that
Musume wins
yeah,
this category. I'm gonna vote for it
uh,
too.
cool, 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 cool. I hope it wins because
Never
that
played
just
it
sounds
though.
crazy. That just sounds crazy, like a crazy premise.
Uh,
Uh, best VR AR. I know we're not super knowledgeable on it, but I just want to say Alien Rogue Incursion is pretty solid. It's a first person uh game that you could play on like console, right? You could play it on console, but there was a VR version originally, so I guess there's a VR version for this console version,
Interesting.
if that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
I
Yeah,
haven't
so
played anything
it's
on this
interesting.
VR list, so I wouldn't know.
I,
And
I don't.
I have a Vive. Like I can play these games. I just feel like VR is not in a good state still. It's
You
just
can't
not
play
there yet.
Marvel's. You can't play Marvel's Deadpool VR because that's on MetaQuest. Unless you could
Why
play
wouldn't I be
MetaQuest
able
games
to
on there.
why wouldn't
I
I be
thought
able to play
MetaQuest
it?
games are exclusive to MetaQuest.
Are they really?
I thought so.
I don't
I could be
think
wrong
they
on that.
are.
Comment below, whoever's listening. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought MetaQuest games were only on MetaQuest. Some MetaQuest games, not all. But this one is specifically, I think, made for MetaQuest. I think. I could be wrong on that, but I'm not voting because I don't have enough knowledge. But I'm rooting for Deadpool and I'm rooting for Alien just because I like those
It
franchises.
is, dude. That's so lame.
I told you. Because they put them anytime you see the MetaQuest
Hot
logo on the
take.
commercials.
Exclusive games to hardware should not be included in the Game Awards.
Yeah, no, I talked to Justin about this. I fully disagree because it could be one of the best VR games. It's just unfortunately people won't know about it
Yeah,
unless
the
it wins
5
awards.
people have played this freaking game. Remember, guys, Game of the Year is what it is in your heart, okay?
It
It's
is. It
whatever
is.
game you think is Game of the Year, except for
You know.
Marvel's Deadpool VR.
Okay, on to the next one. I'm skipping that one because
Next.
I don't
Yeah, I
do
don't have
VR.
enough.
Best action game. Okay, this is a good category.
Not Battlefield. That game's so boring.
Yeah, get out of here, Justin. Just stop. That should win it if it's. I mean, Ninja
You didn't
Gaiden
like Doom
4.
that much?
I liked it, but it was just okay. Like I beat
Okay.
it fairly quickly. I played it on the second highest difficulty, maybe. I did all the collectibles. I 100%ed it,
Of course you did.
and once I beat it, I was basically done, and like I had no urge to play it. Like it's hard to
Oof.
explain, but I could play
Come on,
Eternal, and
Bethesda.
I could play Eternal, and I could play Doom 2016 over and over again. But this one, I don't know. They kept you on the ground a lot. There's a lot of parrying. It just, I don't know. It was okay. Like it was all right.
Just another Doom.
Yeah, basically, where I thought Doom 2016 and Eternal, I was like, hell yeah. This one, I was like, okay, this is awesome, but like, I'm ready for the next one. As
Yeah.
sad as that sounds, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate on it. I just, as far as
JT
best action
refuses to
game,
hate on anything, to be honest. So
that's not
he didn't
true.
like it. He didn't like it,
That's not
guys.
true. That's not
Doom the
true.
Dark Ages was a bad game.
That's not true. But Ninja Gaiden 4, I heard cool things about it, but not many people are talking about it as much as I would have thought. So normally I would say that would probably win, but
Yeah.
not a lot of people are talking about it. So I think Battlefield 6 might win this one.
Yeah, I think Battlefield wins this too. Sorry to the Shinobi Art of Vengeance fans. Also haven't heard of that game. I'm sure it's fantastic.
All three of you. No, I'm just kidding. not to hate on y'all. I don't know what it is, but if that wins, then shame on us. But the fact that neither of us heard it is not a good sign.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a Sega game. I'm just not super in. Believe it or not, I love anime and like a lot of stuff that comes out of Japan, but I don't care a whole lot about their video games.
Yeah,
Nintendo, Sega, I don't really.
Yeah,
I don't
Battlefield
really
6
mess
has
with those.
it has its issues, but it gets to the core of what makes Battlefield a lot of fun.
It
It's
is a return to
crossplay.
form for Battlefield,
Yeah,
as IGN
yeah.
says.
They say that a lot. They say that a
Return
lot.
to form.
Yeah,
That actually
but
applies to this Battlefield, though.
that is so funny. But yeah, no, Battlefield 6, it's a good time, especially with friends and
Yeah.
crossplay, and it's just madness. Battlefield chaos, at a really good state.
The campaign
So,
sucks, though. Sorry.
yeah, the campaign it's cinematic. That's
Mediocre.
the best I could really say, but
Middling, as the kids say.
The best action adventure game, we have Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. Justin, I don't know how you feel about this category, but for me, I am kind of liking Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I know not a lot of people really talk about this one, but from what I've heard about the game, it's been a lot of praise. And I think it has it's pretty action packed if you know anything about Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I would say like maybe it could win. I just haven't played it or seen anything about it or even heard people talk about it. But
Yeah, it is one of those Xbox exclusives, right? Like Xbox I mean, yeah, it's gonna be put on other platforms if it hasn't been already. But Xbox games unfortunately don't get talked about a whole lot because more people are on obviously PC, PlayStation, Switch. So
Yeah,
you hear a lot about more about those exclusives than you do about the Xbox ones. But I heard many great things about it just from like critics and people who've played it. But as far as like fan sentiment, a lot of people are talking about Hollow Knight Silk Song. Um, so I wouldn't be too surprised if that one won, to be honest. Ghost of Yote heard good things, but like it's not talked about nearly as much as Ghost of Tsushima, I feel like.
I agree with that. I think mostly people talk about it for its stunning visuals and audio, like stuff that it's already nominated for and competing for very strongly. I don't think
Yeah.
I think something else will win this category. If I had to predict, I think it would be Hollow Knight Silk Song. But I actually kind of want Split Fiction to win this category because they're up against like some real big titans this year, and I think they deserve something, and I think this would be the one that they get.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be upset if it was the three on the right,
Yeah.
more so than Ghost of Yote and Death Stranding. Not just
Once again,
because
rips Death
yeah.
Stranding, dude. Not a single prediction or award from us. I hope they get something. I wouldn't be
Yes,
disappointed.
me too. Me too. I don't get me wrong. I am a fan of all of these games. I think in terms of just action packed, I think
Yeah.
those last three
I think Death Stranding is
can't go
not
wrong.
the most action packed game.
Yeah, same with
Definitely
Ghost of
adventure.
Yote.
Definitely
Same
adventure.
same same with Ghost of Yote. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of samurai action, but like as far there's like a lot of story, narrative,
Compared to something
drama.
like Silk Song or Indiana Jones or Split Fiction, where
Correct.
there's always something
Correct.
going on.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, are
Those
you gonna
those are
vote
the
for Hollow
more.
Knight?
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna vote for Split Fiction.
Okay, cool. Respect, respect. I Haze Light has won a lot, so I think I'm gonna go with Indiana Jones. I'm hoping it takes at least one, But if
Yeah.
Split Fiction wins, I can't be mad at
I
that
can't. I
either.
can't. I can't. In good conscience, give a vote to Bethesda right now.
No, that's for sure, for sure. It
No,
is
but
the guys. It is the guys who made Machine Games under the Bethesda brand, but
yeah,
they
yeah.
they are the
I know
ones
they
that
got
made
different studios. Not
Wolfenstein.
all of them are like
Yeah,
the main
yeah,
Bethesda
yeah,
Softworks title.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ignorant. I'm just kind of memeing a little bit. I know that
No,
they're
for
not.
sure, for sure. I only say that because I really want the third Wolfenstein game. So patiently waiting, patiently waiting. They had to
True.
make Indiana Jones seemingly. So all right, let's get back to Wolfenstein as a fan of those games. But all right, the next category we got is best RPG.
All right, we got some
Another tough
weird
one.
ones here. I don't think this is tough at
Yeah.
all.
You don't think so? I think
No.
maybe two or three. I think are
I
contenders
think it might be
for the.
tough for 2 and 3 together. Yeah, so 2 and 3 being Clair Obscur and Kingdom Come Deliverance in terms of the panel. But for me
Yeah,
in particular, I know Expedition 33 is on RPG, but it doesn't really play like your typical RPG.
typical
I think
RPG.
Kingdom
Yeah,
Come Deliverance deserves this award. Like that would be my vote. My
yeah.
prediction is probably going to be Expedition 33. Or it could be an upset and be a Monster Hunter Wilds because I know JT really hasn't played it, but that game is humongous in like every other country that isn't ours. So, it's like really well loved, and even though it wasn't as like up to snuff as Monster Hunter Worlds, this
Yeah.
game is still like a top tier contender. Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed being on this list. I love Obsidian. I just want to preface that Tim Kane's actually coming back to Obsidian. I don't know if
Yeah,
y'all
I
heard that
heard about
news.
that.
Bombshell news. You heard it here first, even though it's been out for like 2 weeks. But I think that they're just like in a slump right now when it comes to RPGs. I think that their best game franchise that's coming out right now is Grounded, and it's not even an RPG. It's like a survival action game. So I don't
Yeah,
even. I think these are only put up here because there wasn't much RPGs up, and I'm saying that graciously. Like I don't think either of these deserve best RPG. Avowed was really disappointing. Outer Worlds 2, I wouldn't say it was disappointing. It was just more Outer Worlds, which if you like it, you like it. You hate it, you hate it. There's nothing more to say there.
correct. And even with like the Outer Worlds, I played the first one. I heard the second one is slightly better, but
It's about the same.
it just it's just middling compared to other stuff that they put out. Like you mentioned Grounded and even their older stuff. Like, I know it's
Yeah.
old Obsidian, but like even Fallout New Vegas, it's like I don't understand how the bar is
Dude, and you're playing
not
New
as
Vegas
high.
right now, and you're like,
Yeah.
Obsidian made this? Like, this is their
Yeah.
magnum opus. Please come back to this. And, hopefully with
Yeah.
Tim Kaine coming back, I know it's just
Exactly.
it's one man, but he could make a big
Huge
difference.
deal. Huge deal. I know. Seriously, you could turn around the company in terms of the type of games that they're putting out. From
Yeah,
what you've told me about like his YouTube channel and kind of his mentality about developing games,
yeah.
it's a
He's
pretty
a
awesome aspect.
really positive dev. Like I don't think he'd bring
Yeah,
anything negative to the team.
yeah, and we talked about this briefly outside of the pod, but Monster Hunter Wilds, I don't know many people who've played it. Like so many people I know loved Monster Hunter Worlds,
It only has
right?
twice as many concurrent players as, or I'm sorry, max all-time peak players as Battlefield 6. But again, it's
I
like
know,
it's
I
because
know. That's
China's a huge country. India's a
yeah,
big
yeah.
country. A lot of Eastern gamers really like this game. I really like Monster Hunter too.
I
Uh,
like Monster Hunter as well.
yeah,
I don't play it nearly as much. Like I played Monster Hunter World. Probably I could have probably played more because I didn't delve too deep into it because I didn't really have anyone to play it with. But it's a
yeah.
fun game, and this was the next big one. They advertised it a lot last couple
It
Game
was a rough
Awards.
launch. Don't get me wrong, but it
That's what
still
I
broke.
heard.
It
Yeah,
still broke records with its kind of abysmal launch. So
yeah, and I heard the gameplay. They just do some things differently than Worlds that
yeah.
some people were like, I don't know about. Some people liked, some people
they
didn't.
they
Because
kind of do that every game, but
yeah,
like it's because
yeah,
the
yeah,
game like Worlds made it blow up.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like
And
now you
I
have a bunch
heard,
of
yeah.
casuals that are like, I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I heard a lot of people were like, Worlds kind of not dumbed it down, but they simplified some things, and then Wilds kind of simplifies a little more
Yeah,
things, which is kind of swinging the pendulum to the older fans not being like, oh man, this is changing it a little bit
true, and
more
I
than
I respect that
yeah,
because I like my
yeah,
older games.
yeah. I know when they change it too much, I have that same problem with Halo. But
Yeah,
so you're gonna go with Kingdom Come?
that's my vote, but I think Claire Obscure will win this one because of the bias. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but
I am kind of like I'm gonna agree with you, and I think Kingdom Come should win because it is more of an RPG.
it
I
is
think
it is the
so.
most RPG game on this. Well, I mean, Avowed is and Outer Worlds, but I don't think they hold a candle to Kingdom Come.
Yeah. No, I hear you. The next one is best fighting game. I know we're both not the biggest fighting fans. I've probably played a little bit more, maybe. I like the old school Mortal Kombat. I like the old school Tekken and even Soul Calibur, but
Yeah,
I was never like a huge fan. Do you have any? Do you think there's a runaway favorite in this category?
I don't think there's particularly a runaway favorite. If I had to say like fan sentiment, maybe 2XKO. It's the League of Legends fighting game. Like, come on, they have such a huge community, huge fan base.
That's out.
A lot of people play. That play League of Legends that I know personally also just play fighting games. So like, they're playing the game. It may not be like the best game on this list. You know what I mean in terms of quality, but it's got a cult following. So like, if this was a fan choice vote, it would definitely be 2K or 2XKO. Um, I
I
haven't
didn't even
really.
know it was out.
It's out.
When did it come out?
I don't even know, dude. Like it kind of just like came out. If you're not a League fan, how do you know? Really?
I like League
I know you like League,
casually.
but yeah, you're
Casually.
not like a super fan.
Yeah,
But
but it was funny because I remember they were showing, oh, here's an alpha test gameplay of what it will look like, and then they're like, we're working on this, and then they didn't have a set date on it, and then now I'm just finding out that it's out. Am I the only person, guys? Let me know, please, because I'm surprised. I would have played it honestly because it looked cool. I mean, and I think you're right, fan
wait,
sentiment
hold
wise.
on. Yeah, okay, it's in early access right now, and it doesn't release. It
What?
doesn't release till January 26th. Why is it even nominated?
What the heck? Okay, I
Early
wasn't
access games
tripping.
can be nominated on the Game Awards.
I that is dumb. But okay, this category is kind of a wash though if you think about it. Two of them are collections. There's the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 and Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. That's just a collection of old games. Should those count?
Sorry, I'm more baffled by this.
The Alpha
I hate I hate the Game Awards, guys.
No.
Dude, it's been out since October, but it's early access for PC only, and it comes to console and full release January 26th. Sorry, what was your question, dude? I'm a
No,
little baffled
there's
by that.
two of
There's
these
no way that should win anything. That's unfair.
I'm glad you looked that up because I was gonna vote for it, but okay, I might still no, I can't vote for that in good conscience. But
Like, nominate that next year. Come on, guys. What are we doing?
correct. Are we really slacking on fighting games? Like maybe, I don't know.
There's
But
other categories that only had 4 options. They didn't need. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it does a
that's true.
disservice to the games that came out this year. To be
That's
honest.
true. So speaking of games that came out this year. There's 2 in here that are collections of older games. Do you think those deserve to be on here?
Um, I don't know. That's kind of tough. Did they change anything?
I To be honest with you, I'm not too sure. I'm sure it's higher fidelity, I would assume. Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Those are just a collection of the older games. And I get it, they don't always release fighting games, but maybe you could have had less nominees or could have found other games to be nominated. I get those are the big franchises, but honestly, this is a kind of a wash because Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, I'm not too familiar with it, but if it's kind of a newer game, I might vote for that. Virtua Fighter 5, I don't know these games. Maybe I should skip this to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Capcom Fighting Collection did make some like pretty. I don't know if they're major changes for the fighting community, but to me they seem like kind of just like par for the course, like offline fighting and some other quality of life, like training modes for some of their older games. It's like, yeah, maybe that's important. I think that's important to fighting games. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that might warrant enough change. How much can you really change a fighting game before you change its soul? You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
think those
I
changes
mean,
warrant maybe being again. I think it was just a slow year for fighting games. I have heard a
yeah.
little bit of Fatal Fury City of Wolves. It's on my wish list. I haven't played it. Uh, so I don't know. Maybe I would vote for that just because it's like a newer up and coming thing and it's not a rehashed video game. But Virtua Fighter, I
Yeah.
don't really know much about it and maybe it deserves it.
It is a
So
sequel, right? Unless this is a remake of Fighter 5, which I'm not too familiar with Virtua, but I know they've been around. So I might skip this one because I don't know enough. I'm a big Mortal Kombat guy, so I could vote for Mortal Kombat, but I'd be doing disservice because I think, collections, they're kind of questionable at the Game Awards, to be
yeah,
honest.
I do
I don't know how I feel about
I
them.
do know that Fatal Fury, it's like the first game in 20-25 years. So it's been a
Oh,
long time since Fatal Fury fans have gotten honestly, I don't even know if any of you guys are left, but
I didn't even know it was a returning franchise. The
yeah.
name did sound familiar,
So
so
it's like, I might just give it the vote just for that cuz at least it's like, dude, another fighting game on the block. They might be able to compete. They might, you know, I
yeah,
don't like, the people that are playing fighting games right now. Like like I've said, my friends that play fighting games, they're all playing the league one. But I can't
yeah.
vote for that in good conscience.
No, I know. Early access, I'm glad you checked that out because I was like, man, I
Yeah.
don't recall them talking about the release. I feel like more people would be talking about it.
Yeah.
The next category, best family game, okay? There's a lot of
Here we go.
there's a lot of good ones on here. Justin, which one are you leaning to? Because I know which one I'm leaning to a little bit.
Probably either Mario Kart or Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Okay, all right, Nintendo. I know Justin's a bigger Nintendo fan than I am. I heard good things about both games. Not as much about Donkey Kong, surprisingly.
Yeah, it was kind of the flagship title of the Switch 2. And, I've had this discussion, it being exclusive. And not only that, it was a flagship title for Switch 2. Like, I think it's on Switch 1, but it doesn't run as well,
Yeah,
obviously. It's
aside
just
from
like,
it being the big release, people are like, it's good, but like I don't hear anybody like singing its praises like Breath
yeah.
of the
But,
Wild or
I
something.
also
You know what I
don't
mean?
hear that for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, Lego Party, or Lego Voyager. So, I think this is just an overall, like, weak-ish category. And the reason I'm not saying Split Fiction is because, like, yes, you play it with someone else, but it's a co-op game, right? And
Yeah,
I think when you think family game, you think the whole family can sit on the couch and play the game. Like, not to bash Split Fiction,
yeah,
maybe you only have one brother, guys. Like, you're still family. Don't get me wrong, but I think if we're categorizing it as a family game, like, I'm pretty sure almost all these games can be played with like a couch full of people, except for Split
yeah,
Fiction. So it's the only reason I
yeah.
wouldn't pick it, but I think it would win this category, to be honest.
I don't think it will. I think it'll either be Nintendo, but I'm pulling for
Probably
Sonic
Mario Kart.
Racing. I'm pulling for Sonic Racing Crossworlds because what I heard is that they improved upon what people liked about Sonic Racing. And while I get that it's not better than Mario Kart World, I heard there's more significant changes to Sonic Racing and its follow up than there is in Mario Kart World. Because
Yeah.
Mario Kart World is like bigger, but then I heard that like people aren't a fan of them
increasing the price on that. Like there was no need to do that. They didn't do anything crazy. But Sonic Racing, I heard they added some cool vehicles, some cool DLC characters, or not DLC characters, but like guest characters, like Joker from Persona, I believe, and a
Yeah,
couple others. So I'm kind of pulling you for it just because it kind of listened to its fans, a little bit
sure.
personally. But Mario Kart World is such a juggernaut. I would be surprised if it didn't win this
You're
category.
not wrong about the whole Mario Kart controversy. Like Nintendo has just been taking a whole bunch of L's lately. Like I think Sonic should get this one.
Yeah, that's gonna be my vote, and I don't even care about Sonic Racing like that. I'm not a bit like you. I'm not the biggest Sega guy. I'm not the biggest Sonic guy. But I mean, I'll take a community dubs and like fans enjoying that and embracing that over people who are just like about Mario Kart World or
Yeah.
Donkey Kong. But Lego Party, I don't know anyone who's talking about Lego Party, and Lego Voyagers is kind of like slept on, I think, or not slept on, but not a lot of people are playing it. So
Yeah.
that's my
Again,
vote.
it's like maybe that game is really slapping with the kids right now. Like maybe there's a family of 5 out there and they're just really loving Lego Party. Again,
Lego Voyagers,
the
yeah,
real
that's
game
it.
of the year is what you enjoy. Yeah, Lego Voyager.
Dude, that looks so niche, to be honest, even for
Yeah.
Lego people. Like, I've heard of Lego Party. I've never heard of Lego Voyagers, and
Yeah.
I feel like I would. I'm like, we're old on the older side. I'm, unless it's like a whole new thing.
I don't
I
hate
don't know.
Lego games, If there was a Lego Star Wars or Lego Hogwarts on here, you'd
Correct.
be
Yeah, I'm there.
you
Yeah,
bet.
but I've heard of Lego Party. I haven't heard of Lego. I've heard of it loosely, but I'm like, that looks so niche, dude. What kid
Yeah.
is gonna wanna? What kid is gonna want to play that? But yeah. Which one are you voting for, sir?
Probably Sonic. But if I had to pick who's going to win, it probably
Be Mario Kart
Mario
or
Kart.
Donkey Kong, one of those, I think. Okay, the next one.
They
Oh,
probably
here
paid for that win, to be honest.
I know Nintendo. Best Sim strategy. Here's a really cool one. I
Yeah.
am excited to hear what you think about this one.
Yeah, so I have Tempest Rising on my wish list. Final
I
Fantasy
do
Tactics
too.
on my wish list. I've seen a lot of Jurassic World Evolution. I've played Sid Meier's Civ 7. We actually talked about this in a previous episode when it came out, like how much I
Yeah.
appreciated this game, even though I know it's not a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I know what 2 Point Museum is. I've played 2 Point Hospital, really good game, and I've played like everything on this list. I'm like
Dude, I
ecstatic it's
want to
on this
play
list.
the altars. I want to play the altars. That looks
It's
like
so
that
good,
looks like
dude.
such a fun game. A Tempest Rising, that's a real-time strategy game, right?
Yes.
Dude, I love me some real-time strategy
It's got
games.
that
They need
Command and Conquer. It's a Command and Conquer
Yes.
successor for sure.
Yes, dude. I've been looking for something like that. So, and is that in early access?
I think it is, yeah.
Dude,
If
another
not, then it recently came out. One of the two.
Okay. I definitely want to try that. I definitely want to try the altars. I'm not the biggest Jurassic World guy, but I heard Evolutions is okay. Final Fantasy, I've played a couple, but Tactics is just a different beast. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but that's
Yeah.
just something I'm not super familiar with. And
I'm
then,
super
so
interested in it. I think it looks fantastic, but
is it out? So all of
yeah,
these are out,
all
I
of these
think.
are out.
All of these are out. Okay. Except Tempest Rising might be early access.
If it is
Maybe.
early access, then it shouldn't be on the Game Awards.
Okay. It might be fully out because I was watching for it because the Game Awards trailers when they showed it, a year or so ago. But I mean, what are you leaning towards?
Um, Probably Final Fantasy Tactics or like for my personal vote,
Both.
Tempest Rising came out April 24th.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Okay, so yeah, probably Tempest Rising then, or Final
Okay.
Fantasy Tactics. I like Sid Meier's Civ 7, but I don't think it deserves best sim strategy. Like there's so many good ones this year, like, and a lot of people
Y-
didn't like the new Civ 7. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad they changed a lot of stuff from the previous game, but
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's a award winning worthy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the fans might agree with you there.
And kind of an upset for people who really enjoy the altars, but I know it's a sim game. It's very simple for a sim game, and the real appeal to it is definitely the story. Like it's a strange game because it's very plot driven, but
Yeah.
it's like it's a base builder kind of thing, So you're like really planning stuff out and trying to manage uh all the people in the picture. I'm trying not to spoil the game. All the people
Yeah.
in the picture, you're trying to manage their needs and wants. So yes, it's a sim game, but like once you figure out the trick, it's not very complicated. The main point of it is the narrative. So I don't think I'm glad
for
it's
sure.
nominated here, but I think it should have been nominated for something else.
It could have been
Because its
nominated for
narrative is
something else.
really
Yeah.
strong and really good. I just don't think the
Yeah.
gameplay is like game of the year worthy for sim strategy, you know.
Yeah, I'm only gonna vote for that one just because from what I've seen of the gameplay, it looks really cool, and I do love the story. I do wish it was nominated in other categories as well. I think it would have been a stronger nominee in other places, but I think that's gonna have my vote because I that or Tempest Rising. I'm probably gonna go Altars because I'm more familiar with it. Sorry guys,
Yeah.
but yeah, the next one
I think I'm gonna
is
go for Final Fantasy Tactics.
okay. All
I
right, that
have a
might
feeling.
win just out of pure popularity,
Yeah.
probably.
It's also just a really good sim game, and it's cool to see Final Fantasy like picking up another genre under its belt. Like,
Is that the first time it's doing it?
I don't think so. It might be the second time. Final Fantasy's been around so long, dude. I don't know how many games they have.
Yeah, there's been so many, dude. Okay, so I know we were gonna talk about like skipping this one, but I think I can vote on this one because I have played this game called Rematch. It's by
Okay.
the guys who did Sifu. Um, I believe it's by the guys who did Sifu, which is a really cool combat-oriented, combat-focused PlayStation exclusive. Might be on PC now, but they added that gameplay of the focused combat where like you focus on the punches, the kicks, and whatnot. But they added it to soccer, or people who are in Europe, football. And it actually makes for a really cool game because it's soccer in an arena. So you could play 3v3, 4v4. I think it's 3v3, 2v2, 1v1, or something like
Yeah.
that. I played it a little while ago, but it's just such a fun game. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a good break from like the EA games.
It's like a
I
battle
really,
arena
yeah,
soccer
yeah.
game.
You,
It's like Blue
yeah.
Lock, but a video game.
It's like Rocket League, but soccer, basically. Like you have, teammates that you could pass the ball to, you could curve the ball, you
Yeah.
could kick it from far away, and then you just switch off goalies. Like there's no set goalie, it's just whoever runs into the goalpost becomes the goalie. It's a lot of fun, and you have to pick whether to dodge or to pass the ball in front of you or to juggle it in front of you to kind of avoid the other players. It takes a lot of skill, but it's easy to pick up.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I really hope that wins over Mario Kart because um, Mario Kart might win just out of popularity, but I don't know. I'm gonna vote for it because I hope it does well.
Yeah.
And it's not crazy in the microtransactions too. So
I actually think Rematch might win this category, and I'm also gonna vote for it.
awesome, man. I hope it does, dude. It's such a fun game, unique experience. We
Yeah.
need more games like this. I want a football equivalent, an American football equivalent, because I'm a big football fan. So if you could just bring back some fun arena, not so serious Madden, oh man, someone has to do that, bro. Someone has to do that. All
No
right, here
thanks.
we go. Yeah, Justin's not the biggest sports guy for everyone out there who does not know. But
I
here's
like
something that
fighting
we
sports. That's pretty much
okay, yeah,
and
like
racing
like
sports. That's pretty
UFC.
much it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Best multiplayer. This one, fun category. I think both of us are in agreement of who should win this, right?
Arc Raiders.
Yes, I'm gonna say Arc Raiders. I've played Arc Raiders. I played Battlefield 6. I played Split Fiction. I own Elden Ring Night Rain, not realizing that there's no crossplay. And to me, that's a little bit unforgivable. I know FromSoft doesn't typically do that, but I was really hoping to play with some of my homies on the consoles. But unfortunately, I can't do that in the year 2025, and I think that's such a shame. That's not the whole reason why I'm not voting for it,
Yeah.
but I think Arc
They
Raiders
should have
is
just made it a
just.
console exclusive, and then it could win an award.
You think?
No, I'm messing with you.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say. I was
Because
gonna
it
say
doesn't
if
have
it's only console,
crossplay,
it doesn't have
then now it
it.
doesn't get an award. Oh.
Well, it could have crossplay just for like console people. I think that
Yeah,
is a thing, but I would
agreed.
not have wanted that.
I
Because
actually
yeah.
I actually think like coming off of that. Sorry, I had to get a little jab in there. But like Peak actually won like best game at the Streamer Awards, which kind of surprised me. I know like it's a super popular game. It's one of those
Yeah.
proximity chat like you can screw your friends kind of game. So like if it was gonna win, I don't think it would be that surprising. Um, I know
Really,
it's not something
I
that's
heard
like
it peak.
super up your forte, but it's definitely like it's up there of like games that people really enjoy, and it is a co-op experience, which is included in the multiplayer titles.
Yeah.
I think Split Fiction, just like so many other big games came out this year, like they're kind of getting snubbed. I hope they win that action adventure category, like I was saying. But I think
Yeah.
Arc Raiders takes this just because it's fresh in everyone's mind, and it created so much content. Like I'm still seeing reels and content of
Me
people playing
too.
Arc Raiders, and it's
Me
been
too.
out for like a month and a
Honestly,
half.
so okay, so I'm not familiar with Peak. I've heard of it. I know it's doing gangbusters, especially for an indie title, but is the multiplayer big enough to warrant its nomination? Like, is there enough to really play for? Because I feel like that's the case with Split Fiction, where there's not really a whole lot. Like, you
The
have the
entire focus of
missions.
Peak is like you're climbing the mountain together and avoiding obstacles and like and bad guys. There's like this camp counselor that's like super creepy and comes after you, and like it's got proximity chat. It's a lot like Among Us, where like you can like kick your friends off the mountain to like sacrifice them so you can make it to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
top. There is a lot of great design, and it really shook up that whole like party co-op genre, because a lot of them were like you got to find loot and extract it, like I'm totally blanking on the name right now, but it's like repo and
Yeah.
that one game where you're on a spaceship, you got to find scrap. Dude, people are gonna be so mad at me for not remembering the name of that game.
Okay, but
But
I guess
it really
my
shook up that
question,
whole genre, so
yeah,
I think it
yeah,
it, it deserves to be up here.
okay, because my question is, and I don't know how much stake you put into this, but for multiplayer games, I feel like it should be nominated if you could put a ton of time into into these games. So I feel like you could spend crazy amount of hours on Elden Ring. You can spend crazy amount of hours in Battlefield and Arc Raiders,
What does
but you
that have to
can't
do with
really do that
multiplayer?
because like a multiplayer game, just being able to play with like friends and stuff, like longevity. I think I put
Yeah,
longevity
Peak came out
into
at the
the
beginning of
multiplayer
this year, and
aspect.
people are still playing it like crazy. So if
Okay, so
by that
there's like
criteria,
okay,
then
so there is
yes.
stuff to play for,
But I don't
or
think that
like
matters for multiplayer games. I think it
okay
matters.
for
I think it
yeah.
matters like how seamless, and like the thing you said about Elden Ring Night Rain, like not being able to play with people in a multiplayer game on other consoles.
That
That's a
is more of a
mistake.
problem. That
Yeah,
is a more of a problem.
yeah.
I agree. I agree. I don't know. For multiplayer games, I associate with longevity, fairly or not fairly. But I'm like, man, how long can I play it with friends? I
Those
think
are
that's a
live
good sign of
service games, okay? Not
maybe
not real
maybe maybe
multiplayer. I'm kidding.
maybe. But multiplayer, being able to play with your friends for a long time, I think that's important for the category. And I think for me, I think I'm gonna go with
Peak
Arc
actually just
Raiders.
had like a really big update, so it also had a resurgence in popularity. It definitely hasn't fallen off the face of the earth.
That's good.
Lethal Company is the game that I was trying to say.
Lethal
Lethal
Company. Yeah,
Company.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's in that
yeah.
vein, and I think it'll be around for probably the next year or two, which is impressive for a game of that caliber. Not to bash it.
Yeah.
I was
I
just sitting here
honest.
praising it. So
Yeah, I think any of these games could win except for Split Fiction. So I wouldn't be too surprised. I'm
yeah,
hoping Arc Raiders takes it though, and I will be voting for Arc
yeah.
Raiders.
If you want to go off the longevity meter, that game is a one and done. Not to bash on Haze Light. Like maybe you could play it a second time with from the other perspective, but you see both
Correct.
perspectives in one playthrough anyway. So it's like,
It shouldn't honestly be in here. It's more of a I
yeah,
know multiplayer co-op. Oh, it includes co-op, right? It says it right here. But
yeah,
multiplayer, come on now. Come on.
yeah. Well, I
um
mean, multiple players means more than
yeah.
one person, so co-op
No, I know.
deserves it.
No, I know. I know technically speaking, but when you're thinking of multiplayer, you're not
But we
thinking
already
about
have 29
yeah.
categories and a bunch of arbitrary bullshit categories. Excuse my language, but like
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
we should just have a co-op category. Come on.
I think so. I think so. There's a lot of games
I
out there,
agree.
man. Best adaptation. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, Justin has seen a Minecraft movie. Do you want to share your brief thoughts on
Honk
that?
shoe. Uh,
That's his three thoughts about it. No, just
yeah. I
kidding.
honestly I think it was a awesome movie. It was funny. Like definitely worth seeing. I kind of changed my opinion on it, sitting on it.
Wow,
But
I was gonna
it's a
say, dude.
no, but it's a terrible adaptation. Like I said, I haven't
Okay.
changed my mind on that. It's a terrible.
Okay.
It does not represent Minecraft at all whatsoever. It's just a Jack Black movie. Okay, it's a good Jack Black movie. It's a terrible Minecraft movie.
But did they set out to like adapt the game, or did they just set out to make a movie?
You can't adapt Minecraft into a game. It's a sandbox game.
You mean a movie?
Yeah, you can't adapt
Yeah.
Minecraft into a movie. It's a
But they
sandbox
have a
game.
Minecraft story though, don't they? You were telling me about that.
Minecraft story mode?
Yeah. So do you think that would not have worked on a big
That's a
screen?
Telltale game, and it has nothing to do with Minecraft. It's like a choices
Oh, you
adventure
were
game.
telling me there was like lore and stuff. I thought.
Well, yeah, it's like loose lore. Like there's no real
So
definitive.
So you
Minecraft is not a story game. There is a story, but
yeah.
it's mostly up to your imagination. Like there's like you really have to play the game. Guys, GT's never played Minecraft. Okay, I have to explain Minecraft to him.
I played it for 30 minutes. I played it for 30 minutes.
if you go to like a temple, like a pyramid, there's like symbols and stuff on the wall, and a lot of things in the game like point to the end game, which is the dragon fight. Spoilers, it's been 20 years. The dragon, like a lot of stuff in game points to the dragon fight, but there's not like any written text or lore or dialogue. It's all just like, oh wow, there was a civilization that was here before me, and that's interesting. Anyway, let's go build
All right,
something
all right,
or play with my friends. It's not like
all right. Yeah.
something you can adapt into a movie. It's very loose.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out. All right. Since there is no set story, I feel like the only way you could get the Minecraft movie wrong is if you just have things from Minecraft and then it doesn't really like you call things the wrong thing. So like if you called a diamond pickaxe not a diamond pickaxe, for example, then I think that's like a terrible adaptation of a Minecraft thing. But since there's no like actual story and they're just basing a story around the world, if they get the world right, I think that's kind of a W.
I mean, sure, they included a lot of stuff that wasn't possible in the game. So I mean, it's just like we're talking
Yeah,
adaptation, faithful and authentic adapts the video game. I
but
don't
there's
think
nothing
it's
to
faithful.
adapt. I mean, I guess the only thing you could
I just
really
don't think
adapt
it.
is
I
just
don't think it
yeah.
should have been a movie. If I'm being
For
honest, like
sure, for sure.
maybe I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
being facetious, but
Yeah, yeah.
there's other stuff on this list deserves to be up there. I don't think like the Minecraft movie was hilarious. It's a good movie. Go watch it. It's hilarious. I don't know. It's just like
Yeah,
we're
but you kinda
talking
get what I yeah, yeah,
adaptation.
yeah, yeah.
It's not an
Yeah.
adaptation. It's a fan fiction. That's what it is.
Yeah, it does say faithfully on authentically, but again, I think the world as someone who just views it from the outside, it looks pretty accurate as in terms of just
Like in
aesthetic
theory,
and,
you could do anything you want because that's like the point of Minecraft is like you can do
yeah,
whatever you want. So like
and then
if you're
yeah.
using that metric, then the Minecraft movie would never lose an award because it's like, oh well, even if it was a bad movie, it's still adapted the creative world sandbox. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
like
I yeah, I
all you need is to be able to play Spox and for Jack Black to say chicken jockey, and then the movie's a 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this sounds
I've seen a
crazy,
chicken
but
jockey once in my entire playthrough. All right,
yeah,
and I played this
yeah,
game for
yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, I haven't watched a Minecraft movie, sadly. I missed the craze, but it is on HBO Max. I do plan to watch it. I did hear people were kind of upset with the Devil May Cry animated show. I heard they do some things in it that people were not a fan of, some
Mhm.
changes. Um, Splinter Cell Death Watch. I don't really know too many Splinter Cell fans, but I heard that one was solid. Until Dawn, I saw it firsthand. It was
That's a
not
thing.
good. Yes, Until Dawn was a movie that came out. They barely advertised it, but they were saying that they were gonna make the story um loosely based on the game. Like it wasn't based on any of the characters.
Ah, so
It was
not faithful or authentically adapting the video game.
correct. My brother who played the game and loved the game was upset that some of the characters or actors weren't in it. They
Yeah.
briefly teased them in a little like Easter egg, spoilers. In a little Easter egg, they kind of teased these characters might appear, but like there was no connection. And the characters that they brought from the game, they weren't doing stuff that they did in the game. They were just kind of there for like set dressing seemingly.
Yeah.
So he was saying that it was bad in terms of like adapting the game. And as a movie, because I watched it as someone who hasn't played the game, as a movie, it was just boring. So that's not good, right? It's a scary movie and it was boring. It had some cool visuals, but the characters were dumb.
Yeah.
It's very generic in terms of a horror movie. Um, the Last of Us season 2, a lot of people really hated on it. A lot of people didn't like some of the changes, but I thought that the game
Rightfully so.
itself, yeah, but some of the story beats from the game, I think, were kind of strengthened by the show. So the show changed some stuff from the games, but I was someone who didn't like the story of the game. So I was willing to accept some of the changes, and I think they improved upon some of the weak aspects about the Last of Us 2 game. So honestly, I think it's overhated. Um,
I don't think it's
I
overrated.
that
I think it deserves it.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Last of Us 2 as a game is flawed. As a story, it's flawed. But the show, I think it really it did things better. Whereas I think the first season like was a good adaptation and I wasn't a fan of some of the changes. I think some of the changes here were for the best. So in that regard, I think this is probably the strongest one of the
I
category.
agree, even though I don't really like this show. I think it's gonna win, and it actually deserves it compared to the other
Yeah,
ones
because
on this
people
list.
really hated it. Because some people are Last of Us Part 2 video game defenders for some reason. And that story has a lot of issues, but I think the show did a really good job of adding some things to kind of alleviate some of the shortcomings while also being what it was to the core, I
Yeah,
think. So I don't know. I maybe if I watch Splinter Cell, I'll think differently, but I'm not a Splinter Cell fan. Sorry guys, I
I
gotta
like
get
Splinter
into it.
Cell. I haven't seen the show yet. I can't give it my vote because it might be terrible.
Correct. Yeah, and I heard not many people are talking about it.
But if it does win,
So
I don't think I'd be surprised. Yeah,
I wouldn't be
nobody's really
upset
talking about it
either.
either.
I wouldn't be upset either. I wouldn't be upset if it's Last of Us 2, Splinter Cell, or even a Minecraft movie, but I don't think Until Dawn or Devil May
You
Cry,
know,
I don't think those
I
ones
think
won.
Minecraft movie's the second best contender for this list in terms of what the panel will pick, not me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because
yeah,
it
yeah.
was they're gonna go off of how much money it made. A lot of people they did do a lot of really cool things. Don't get me wrong in the movie. Like I really appreciated that they gave an Easter egg to Technoblade. If you know who that is, JT was a Minecraft YouTuber who passed away
Oh
a couple
no.
years back. They gave him a cameo in the movie, and it was really well made. Even
That's cool.
Jack
That's
Black
cool.
even points it out. I don't want to spoil
That's
it for you
awesome.
because you'll know when you see it. It's a pig wearing a crown. You'll know when you
That's
see it.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
awesome. Also, going back to the aesthetic thing really quickly, there,
Yeah,
you know, I think that goes a long way, honestly, because they know what Minecraft is, they know what it looks like, they know the names, and they do Easter eggs like that. I give them a ton of props for
yeah,
that because there's other adaptations where they do jack shit, like
right.
Halo. Halo does not look like Halo. If you played Halo 1 and 2, we played the Chief Collection, guys. The last time we talked to you, I told you guys I'm going to try to get Justin to play Halo with me, and
Already am.
he's playing it. We're on Halo 2 now. I'm telling you guys, if I'm telling you, Justin, if you go and watch the Paramount show, you'll be like, how is this even Halo? Like
Yeah,
it's crazy how much they
and
butchered it.
I
So
wanna clarify like
yeah.
just because of my personal like beef with the Minecraft movie, like
Yeah.
if it wins this award, I'm not gonna be like super upset. Okay, it's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my
Yeah.
opinion does
No,
not
for sure.
dictate like
For sure, for sure.
I think it should potentially maybe win this award like outside of my personal biases,
Yeah, yeah.
especially
And
over some of the other stuff on this list. But I think Last of Us season 2 will probably take it just because it's
watch Until Dawn win. Nobody is expecting anything and then it just wins. That'd be hilarious.
dude, I
I
could
hope
not
I really hope
imagine.
not. I really hope
I'll
not.
probably vote for Last of Us 2 here, but it's up between Minecraft movie and Last of Us, I think.
For sure. I'm voting Last of Us 2 as well.
Yeah.
Most anticipated game. I think this is a clear winner. Um, oh, actually, I think it's a clear winner, but it's a stat category. What do you think?
Um I don't know. Like I know there's literally like an entire cultural revolution around GTA 6,
Exactly.
but
That's
they
why I
keep
say,
delaying
yeah,
this freaking game, so it's like
yeah.
I think people are starting to come off the high a little bit. It's like is this game ever going to come out? Like the meme is becoming reality. Like literally everything in my life is going to happen before GTA 6 comes out. I honestly think
Yeah.
people are more excited for The Witcher 4.
People are really excited for The Witcher 4. I am
In
one of the
terms of
people
fan
who,
base maybe, but like I still think the anticipation and excitement is still there for GTA 6. And when it comes out, everyone's going to be like, this game is crazy, or this is the biggest piece of dog shit. It's
yeah,
literally one or the other.
yeah, this is a stacked category, honestly, because as much as people aren't really talking about 007 First Light, James Bond as a franchise hasn't had a game in a long time, and the developers have worked on Hitman, so I can understand why it would be nominated on here. Marvel's Wolverine, it's by the guys who did Spider-Man, and of course, Resident Evil, the powerhouse that it is. It's pretty hyped for that as well. So I think this is a stacked category, but I think GTA 6 will win, and I think it deserves
We're
to
talking
win.
culturally, yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's just set itself apart out of all these games.
correct. Correct. But
Yeah,
I'm excited for every single one of them. They all look pretty cool to
yeah.
me.
And
Um,
you have anything else to say about this? It was
no,
pretty
no.
obvious, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, we're actually gonna skip a couple because we just don't know a whole lot about them. They're almost all esports related. Content creator of the
Yeah.
year. I mean, I guess we
Yeah.
can talk about that. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Okay,
I know you like the burnt peanut.
Burnt Peanut is in here, and Moist Critical Kai. I kind of know a lot about these guys. Do you know a lot about them?
I know about Moist Critical Kai and burnt peanut. Very
Okay.
little about burnt peanut.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, if we want to talk about this,
Yeah, go for it. Go
yeah.
for it.
So this will be the last one, and then we're skipping the esports categories because I haven't kept up with esports in 10 years.
Same here.
So
we're older.
just to clarify.
We're old. No, I'm just kidding.
I like
but
my esports.
I like esports too, but I only like just root anything Cloud9 basically, or San Francisco. Anything that that's what I'll root for.
Yeah, they're not out of San Francisco, I think, but they have a team.
No, any team that's from San Francisco, I'll root for, and then I'll root for Cloud9 just because it's North American.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's kind of a safe bet. You know, we're Americans.
Yeah.
So content creator of the year. Okay, all of these guys, everyone on this list, including Sakura Miko, I know who that is. It's a VTuber. Everyone on this list has been in my feed multiple times this year. They're all great content creators. But if I had to pick one, it would have to be the Burnt Peanut. I do have a little bit of bias. He's a Tarkov content creator, but that's what makes his story like even more impactful because he literally was just a Tarkov content creator, and he's been streaming for years, like so many years, and he like trying to break out, and he finally broke out this year, broke out of his peanut shell. Okay, dude is on a generational run. Like it has 50,000 viewers, live viewers every night almost, like for the last couple months, like straight. That's really tough to do. Even Shroud doesn't pull those kinds of numbers, bro. Like a former Cloud9 professional Counter-Strike player doesn't even pull those numbers anymore. Like it's incredible. This guy brought so much joy back into the Tarkov community for a game that was really on a slump for the last year and a half, all the way up to release. I know a lot of people are disappointed with the release, mostly because it didn't really like deliver on a lot of the promises they had. Burnt Peanut has kept that game alive longer than it should be, I think. And so like single-handedly saved a game genre. He brought so much to Arc Raiders content, like literally when that game dropped, it was just Burnt Peanut clip after Burnt Peanut clip after Burnt Peanut clip. And there were people... He is so legendary that he has created new terminology that gamers use on the daily. If you've ever heard of gooping or get the goop or goop 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 or stuff like that, that's Burnt Peanut. Okay, so like if you're playing a looter shooter and you've ever heard your friends say goop, like that's a Burnt Peanut fan. You know?
Yeah.
Nobody's out here quoting Kai Cenat or Moist Critical when they're playing a video game. So I think in terms of content creator of the year, I'm kind of glazing my boy Peanut here. I think he deserves it.
All right.
Moist Critical has definitely won other stuff. Kai Cenat has won other stuff. Like, I think it's time to give the Peanut his crown. He's worked hard for it. You know, Sakura Miko also great. I don't know a whole lot about Kadrill or Sadrill. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but I've heard his name.
I don't. I have never heard of this guy. I'm between Kai and Moist Critical. I really do appreciate how there was a point in time earlier this year where Moist Critical was like, "Hey, don't send me money, don't gift me anything, give it to other people." And I thought that was really awesome. I don't know what prompted that. Did you hear about that?
No, Oh yeah, it was the hurricane in Florida. That's what it was.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so yeah, they were trying. The people were willing to like send him money, and he's like, "I'm better off than a lot of people, so send your money elsewhere."
Yeah, also a great guy, really great guy.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I'm inclined to do it for him. I see his thumbnails all the time on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't watch all these guys like.
And Kai Cenat started a game show, I think, right?
Oh, that's insane. I think I've heard of that. So I don't watch these guys on the regular, okay? So I'm just voting on it as a casual, but I do know of those three, Moist Critical, Kai Cenat, and Burnt Peanut. As far as enjoyment and entertainment value, I'm going to go with Kai Cenat, although I understand your reasoning for Burnt Peanut, and I'm not going to argue that because that's a very good defense for him.
I think if anyone except for Kadrill, I don't know who you are, bro. I'm sorry. I think if anybody won this category, it would be an upset and also like a big deal. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna personally vote for Burnt Peanut. But any of these people on this list, I wouldn't even be disappointed. Like they're all.
I wouldn't be either. I wouldn't be either, except for no offense, Kadrill, but I don't know you, bro. I don't know you. I don't know what you play. I don't know anything. But yeah, I
haven't really said anything about Sakura Miko, but she's like the largest Japanese VTuber at the moment. So it's like so just a different demographic, but also like really big, made a lot of impact.
Best esports game. Are we skipping this one?
Yeah, we're skipping all the esports ones. I don't know if
Okay. Yeah, I don't. We
yeah,
don't. I don't know enough about him. I
it's
mean,
Counter Strike.
oh, it is. Okay.
It's Counter Strike. And then for best esports athlete, it's Zywoo,
Uh,
the Counter Strike 2 player. And then for best esports team, it's Team Vitality, the Counter Strike team. Anyway, moving on to player's choice.
so Justin knows. He's just skipping for my benefit because I don't know. I don't even know these.
No,
I don't
I'm
even
just
know any
trolling
of these
because
teams.
that's the only esports game I still play.
Oh, I thought you were correctly guessing
No.
who's gonna win.
I do
those.
think Zywoo deserves it. That guy's a freaking legend. But that's a whole nother story. I don't really want to. I'm
Dude,
skipping the
this is
categories mostly for JT, guys. Sorry.
this is so unfair. Player's voice,
Yeah.
Expedition 33. I, I think will win it, but I'm gonna vote for Dispatch because
Just to clarify, before we can, this is the third round of voting. So
third
like,
round.
people have
Yeah.
already been voting. So that means
Yeah.
Claire Obscure has won all of these rounds. All these games
All
have
these
won
rounds.
all the rounds. Arc Raiders
Yeah.
was included in the first round of voting, and I'm surprised it didn't get picked. And I think that might be because of recent controversy with the big update that's coming. The Expedition starts next week, and a lot of fans are pretty upset. So because people you think with their emotions and vote with their feelings, that game's not nominated. I'm pretty disappointed. I don't know if you could tell. I do think it deserved a Player's Voice Award because I think it deserved more categories on this Game Awards, but I'm also not like disappointed at the games on this list, so it's a double-edged sword for me, except for Clair Obscur. I don't think it should be up here, but again, it's player's choice. If people want to pick that, like, that's more power to you. I think it's the Expedition 33 Game Awards this year. Okay, if we want to give them another award, might as well. But I honestly think Dispatch deserves this one.
Sorry, I think so too. I completely agree with you. Clair Obscure Expedition 33, fantastic game by all accounts. It's in a lot of other categories. I was hoping maybe they wouldn't include it in Player's Voice, even though it is a very popular one, so it probably will win. But I will be voting for Dispatch as well because it's an original game. It's a decision-making game that we haven't gotten in a while, and it does something different.
It also came like after the Game Awards were announced, so it's like, if this game wins Player's Voice, that's just like, whew. Like, it should have been nominated for more categories. I'm glad it did get nominated for at least one. A couple, yeah. So, I think it deserves... Hollow Knight Silksong also deserves this award. I just want to point that out. Like, I would not be disappointed if it was those two games. Wuthering Waves, I think you could make the argument, but I also don't like that Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact are on here because those games have been out for multiple years. But it's a game people are playing this year. So.
Yeah. It's kind of dumb. I hate that. Genshin Impact's been out for a long time, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was also in Best Ongoing Game a year or so ago. So it's like, man, and now it's on Player's Voice. I thought that would be more current games. So,
the Player's Voice is literally games nominated by the player base.
Hey, they voted for that. All the Asians, man. I'm Asian, so I can call y'all out. But all the Asians, bro.
Yeah. I think. Maybe Wuthering Waves kind of deserves to be up here, but I don't think it's going to win. Like, at least it's more recent. It's only been out. It came out kind of at the butt end of... Maybe it's been 2 years. I don't remember, but it's definitely more recent than Genshin, and there's been a lot... I've seen a lot more Wuthering Waves content on my feed this year than any other year, so I think they're cooking for sure. And so it being nominated makes sense to me over Genshin.
Yeah.
But I think Genshin should have been swapped out with Arc Raiders. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why an almost 6-year-old game is up here, and Arc Raiders isn't.
I agree. It's ridiculous. But I mean, guys, those are our predictions, our votes for the Game Awards 2025. I'm really looking forward to it. We just wanted to make a quick episode with all of our early thoughts going into the award show on Thursday, and we'll hopefully bring you guys a podcast episode with our reactions and the actual results. But do you have anything else?
Probably gonna get them all wrong.
And no, dude, I have faith in us, man. I have faith in us. We're pretty knowledgeable gamers, I'd like to think. But let us know what you think, who you think is going to win, the categories that you're looking forward to, and what announcements you're hoping to see. I'm hoping to see long shot, but I'd like to see more Halo. They showed the campaign evolved. I'm sure there's not going to be anything, but it's hopium, guys. It's hopium. I want to see.
I really want an Elder Scrolls something, man. I know that little statue in the desert has nothing to do with Elder Scrolls, but like Todd Howard could still come out and be like, I just want him to say like the game's coming out in 2 years. I'm not showing you anything. I just want something, man. That trailer is older than Skyrim at this point. Like, come on.
No, I know it's pretty
Please.
ridiculous, but yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. I can't wait for us to talk about it, and maybe Tyler will jump in to kind of share his thoughts on the award show. So that'd be cool. But anyways, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
I'll see y'all topside. I'm gonna steal your goop.